What's up, YouTube? Greetings to the world. It's show time. Welcome to Wolf King's Vids. I'm your host, the illustrious Wolf King. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, please. Okay, so this just in. This has been blowing up over the weekend. I wanted to do this Monday, but I just wanted to get it in right now. Ben Shapiro rage quits on BBC interview with Andrew Neil. it is so epic. He gets so upset. It is phenomenal. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I love it. I love it. Now I have the clip up here. It should be fine to the screen share. Not even making no money on it, just trying to do some commentary. But it's real good. Let's watch.
Why don't you just answer my question?
Sir, I'm happy to answer your question. Please answer this one. Would you suggest that a late-term abortion is brutal?
I'm not taking a
Is it
view
a
of
brutal
this issue.
policy to
I'm
allow
asking
late-term
you the
abortion?
questions.
Sir, you just suggested the pro-life position is inherently brutal and terrible, so I'm asking you, as an objective journalist, would you ask the same question to a pro-choice advocate by calling their position brutal and
What I'm
horrible?
asking you is that why is it that a bill banning abortions after a woman has been pregnant for 6 weeks is not a return to the Dark Ages? What's your answer?
My answer is something called science. Human life exists at conception. It ought to be protected. Now, back to my question to you. You purport to be an objective journalist. BBC.
That's actually not science. There's actually degrees to which a fetus could exhibit like signs of life or sentience. But that's besides the point. Let's continue.
Purports to be an objective down the middle network. It obviously is not. It never has been. And you, as a journalist, are proceeding to call one side of the political aisle ignorant, barbaric, and sending us back to the Dark Ages. Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest? Seriously, it's a serious question.
Mr. Shapiro, if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it. So let's move on. Would you vote
I
for
think it's
Mr.
pretty evident from your
Would
own
you
questions
vote for
exactly what you
Mr.
are, sir.
Trump?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what he doesn't get. Andrew Neil is actually a conservative in Great Britain. He has a very conservative view on climate change, on the Iraq War, and on the existence of AIDS. He doesn't think HIV causes AIDS. So yeah, he's fairly conservative. He worked for Rupert Murdoch, who's the granddad of Fox News. So yeah, Ben Shapiro's wrong on that. That's funny.
Would you vote for Mr. Trump in 2020?
Didn't have the facts on that. Let's move on. Okay.
I'll put some of the points too, because on your
Your characterization of issues is part of the problem in the coarsening of public debate.
Well, maybe it's also part of your problem too, because we have from your YouTube videos, Ben Shapiro destroys the abortion argument. Ben Shapiro destroys transgenderism and abortion. Is that not a kind of coarse public discourse?
Well, are those videos labeled by me?
I have no idea.
Why are you picking out? Why are you? I have a question. Why are you picking out random YouTube videos put up by people who are not me?
Are you?
Okay, so let's look at something. Let's just okay. Ben Shapiro destroys. Let's see. Daily Mail. Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro destroys the abortion argument. Oh shit. The Ben Shapiro Show. This is his channel. Huh. Interestingly enough, that's crazy. That's insane. Funny.
Attributing the titles to me.
Are you unhappy with the way they've been described?
I think that people can describe me however they please. It's a free country, and I'm all in favor of a public debate. If you watch the actual clips, they are generally civil conversations between me and somebody who disagrees with me.
You say in your new book, you suggest that America's largest struggle at the moment is, quote, the struggle for our national soul. We are so angry at each other right now. And I think that's true. I've just returned from the United States. But aren't you part of the problem with the way you go about your discourse, not the solution?
I think we can all do better in our discourse, but the fact that I've reached out to so many people across the aisle to have conversations with them is pretty evident. The fact that I was willing to walk from a publication that was paying me money over principle is pretty evident. The fact that I've called out President Trump, a member of a party of which I am a member, repeatedly when I think that he has done things that are immoral, I think is decent evidence that I'm looking at least for a civil conversation.
Well, as you say in your book, you say that there's quite a key phrase, we are so angry at each other right now. But as I say, aren't you part of that anger? Aren't you encouraging that anger? For example, you described Mr. Obama's State of the Union address in 2012 as fascist mentality in action.
Well, I think that if you want to argue with the characterization, then we can talk about what exactly his State of the Union address said. Is it charged language in politics? Sure. The problem that I have is not with charged language in politics, which I'm generally in favor of. I like a robust public debate and a very loud and spirited public debate. I have no problem with that whatsoever. What I'm talking about is the assumption that people with whom we disagree politically are inherently of bad character or, in your words, want to bring us back to the dark ages.
But again, it was your description of the State of the Union address in 2012.
No real explanation on exactly how President Obama or former President Obama was authoritarian or fascist anyway. I mean, that just it just seems to not be evident in that answer. But let's continue. Hang on. Okay, there we go.
As fascist.
The wording of President Trump's 2012 address was bad and wrong.
That's all. There are plenty of things that are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
Well, I suppose that's true. But if you would like to, again, if you'd like to read me the column out loud, I suppose I can critique it for you.
Oh, well, again, with Mr. Obama, you said, and you're Jewish yourself. I only mention that because to put this in context, the Jews who vote for Obama are, by and large, Jews in name only. Ginos, you call them.
My statement was based on the fact that Jews in the United States, as an ethnic group, are largely irreligious, which is true by every single poll. Jews are the most irreligious group in the United States. As an Orthodox Jew who actually takes Judaism seriously, the point that I'm making is that most Jews who are ethnically Jewish are not religiously Jewish in any context.
No. The point you were making is that Jews who vote for Obama are Jews in name only.
I said that, yes, that is correct. That Jews who voted for Barack Obama, a progenitor of the Iran deal, a person who was cracking down on religious liberty, a person who spent much of his career as president of the United States attempting to deprive Israel of the necessities to defend itself, that people, Jews who voted for President Obama, by and large, cared about Judaism far less than they did about other priorities.
Did you said they should
Correct.
turn their badge in as a Jew?
Yes, I believe that if you are somebody who takes Judaism seriously, that comes along with ideological commitment.
Yeah, so basically, if you're not a religious Jew, you're not a real Jew, and you should basically cash in your Jew card there. To the real Jews, the religious Jews who think that Israel is their homeland and they should turn their back on American politics. Nice. I thought Ben Shapiro was beyond identity politics.
I mean, I guess.
Also, I hope you're having fun, by the way, going through every old tweet that I've ever sent to try and do gotcha questions. But if you'd like to have a discussion about my general philosophy or things I've done in, say, I don't know, that's 2012, so it's now 2019. If you'd like to discuss something I've done in, say, like the past 5 years, why don't we do that? How about that?
Because your book is a criticism of how angry America is and how America has to do better. And I'm simply
I have an entire list on my website, sir. On my list, I have an entire website of dumb and bad things that I've said. I'm simply trying to point out some of the things you've said that seem to me to help to stoke that anger. For example, you said, sure, Israelis like to build.
Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage.
Well, as I say in an article entitled, here's a list of...
Oh, fuck. Oh, this is getting bad.
all the giant, bad, dumb things I've ever said.
Was that dumb?
But yes, that's a dumb tweet. And not only, but it is also important to mention that the next few tweets clarify that that tweet is specifically referring to the Hamas leadership, which, by the way, a BBC I've seen is relatively reticent to condemn.
No, actually, it wasn't what you went on to do and say. You are correct about the slur on Arabs. It's not all Arabs that want to live in open sewage and blow things up. It's just Palestinians. You went on to say.
It says the ones who take sides against Israel in the Israel-Palestinian
population is rotten to the core. You went on to say, not Hamas, the Palestinian Arab population.
I say that by poll numbers, they elected Hamas. They educate their children in school that Israel should be obliterated, sir.
I guess.
If you want to read, honestly, this is a giant waste of time in the sense that the entire interview is designed for you to shout slogans or old things that I've said at me. I don't see how this boards the debate. You talk about undermining the...
These are not slogans. These are actual quotations of what you said. These aren't gotchas. These are things that you said, and he's criticizing you in the questions. He's playing devil's advocate. That's what he's supposed to do as a journalist.
The public discourse. It seems to me that simply going through and finding lone things that sound bad out of context and then hitting people with them is a way for you to make a quick buck on BBC off the fact that I'm popular and no one has ever heard of you.
There are not many bucks to be made on the BBC, unlike American broadcasting.
And someone's channeling their energy, man. That's real good. Real good, Ben. Appeal to popularity. That's nice. Okay.
Mr. Shapiro, the point I'm trying to make is that your words are highly designed to produce the consensus and understanding that the book seems to want to produce. That's my point, that you write about, Judeo-Christian culture and so on, but so much of what you've said in the past would seem to turn its back on Judeo-Christian culture.
You're lecturing me on Judeo-Christian culture after you call the pro-life position barbaric?
I just asked you a question.
And I asked you a question. You failed to answer a single one of mine. Frankly, I find this whole thing a waste of time. If you want to read the book and
somebody mad
critique the book, why don't you read and critique the book? If you want to critique me, you can think whatever you want of me.
How dare you, sir? My wife is a doctor. Do you understand? My wife is a doctor.
Frankly, I don't care. I don't frankly give a damn what you think of me since I've never...
Feelings, not facts, bro. Feelings, not facts.
Heard of you.
And I've never heard of you until I briefed myself for this, but that's not the issue. You haven't...
Then why the hell are you interviewing me, sir?
It's an interesting book. But my point is, your book claims that
society... Well, it'd be nice if you would quote it from time to time.
Your book is... Well,
I never heard of you. I'm popular. I'm great. I'm the cool kid's philosopher. Dude, chill the fuck out.
Done so several times, and I'm about to do
so again. Cool your fucking yarmulke, Kyle.
If you would let me just finish the question.
Frankly, I don't think this...
Society is turning its back on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah, this is...
What are those values? What are the values it's turning its back on?
I'm not inclined to continue.
Shit, ironically, he has a Ben Spencer-like haircut. It's almost Hitlerish.
An interview with a person as badly motivated as you as an interviewer. So I think we're done here. I appreciate your time.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and for showing that anger is not part of American political discourse. Now, Mr. Shapiro, we'll say goodbye.
Okay, so that's the totality of the clip. Yeah. Look at poor Benny. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You had a bad time. Had a bad time talking to the British guy. The old British guy. You hurt your feelings. Hurt your feelings there. Shit. Anyway, okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So yeah, Ben, he rage quit on the BBC interview. I think what he expected, he expected it to be the same as an American political right-wing shows. He just expected to shill his book and just talk about his view in general and not actually get challenged. But Andrew Neil, who isn't a leftist, which he assumed that the reason he was trying to ask him hard questions was because he was on the left, but no, he's actually conservative. He was playing devil's advocate, which is what a journalist is supposed to do in order to actually get the challenging answers from the so-called pundits, the intellectual creme de la creme, if you will, that inform the general public on these social issues. And honestly, Ben, he didn't do his prep work. You know, he he walked into the lion's den, with unarmed, and he ran for his life angrily. 999. Shit. Oh my God, he was so angry, fucking out of control. Yeah, but Ben, you got to get your game up, man. You gotta not you gotta not go in there unprepared. He even admitted that on his own site that those questions were legitimate. The fucking Guardian said that the questions were legitimate, and for him to get upset like that, it was really unprofessional and kind of stupid on his end. Yeah, all of Twitter and YouTube is blowing up with this, and it's just hilarious. But I'm glad he mainly got called out for his comments on the Palestinians. Yeah, he was talking real bullshit on that. But yeah, it's a pity he didn't get well, not an opportunity. He just stopped answering questions after the whole Judeo-Christian thing, because I really wanted to hear his full answer on that shit. I want to see how he formulated that, but oh well. I guess that's all I gotta say. It was a good treat. It's gold. It's real gold. Old Ben Shapiro. Feelings, not facts. Hashtag feelings, not facts. All right. That's my video. That's my 2 cents. That's my commentary on the situation. Ben, you gotta grow a thicker skin, man. Stop being so fucking butthurt all the time and angry. This is Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop by there to know, and peace out. Later. El Satan.